If you bought an iPhone 11 back in 2019, you probably figured by now your phone would be a paperweight. The tech world told you it was over. The rumors explicitly said that Apple was finally cutting it off this year. But at WWDC 2026, Apple did something completely unprecedented. They shocked everyone by announcing that this ancient 7-year-old iPhone 11 will officially support iOS 27. Think about that. This phone is about to run its 8th major version of iOS. It's officially breaking the record at the longest supported iPhone generation in tech history by securing a massive 7 major software upgrades over its lifetime. But how is this even possible? Why is Apple keeping a 2019 phone alive? And what is the massive catch they didn't mention on stage? If you're still rocking an iPhone 11 or thinking about buying a used one, you need to hear this. To appreciate how absurd this is, you have to look at the sheer distance this hardware has traveled. This isn't just an extra patch, it is an absolute software marathon. Let's trace the full evolutionary timeline of the iPhone 11. First, it launched in September 2019, running iOS 13 out of the box, the era that introduced system wide dark mode. In 2020, it got its first upgrade to iOS 14, which brought home screen widgets and the app library. Got its second upgrade to iOS 15, adding focus modes and major FaceTime upgrades. In 2022, it received its third update to iOS 16, introducing the completely redesigned customizable lock screen. In 2023, it stepped up to its fourth upgrade, iOS 17, bringing standby mode and contact posters. In 2024, it hit its fifth upgrade, iOS 18, which introduced deep home screen customization and app tinting. In 2025, it squeezed onto its sixth upgrade, iOS 26, which completely overhauled the interface with a radical, translucent, physics-based design language called Liquid Glass. And now, here in 2026, Apple has finally cleared it for its seventh major upgrade, iOS 27, which introduces a brand new liquid glass transparency slider directly into the settings, allowing users to manually dial down the heavy background blurs to keep older phones running smoothly. When Apple dropped the iPhone 11, the unspoken industry standard was 5, maybe 6 years of software upgrades. Android flagships at that time, like the Galaxy S10 or Pixel 4, gave up after 3 years. They have been dead and buried for ages, and even the second gen iPhone SE are all moving around. But how does this even happen? We all know an A13 Bionic chip and 4 GB of RAM shouldn't realistically be handling modern 2026 software. Why did Apple actually include the iPhone 11 in the mix instead of letting it die? It all comes down to a deliberate technical strategy. Apple realized millions of people are holding on to older devices because smartphone hardware has plateaued. Instead of forcing heavy code onto old hardware and causing catastrophic lag, Apple fundamentally changed how they package an operating system. They introduced an advanced CPU management system that was previously exclusive to newer silicon. This system precisely allocates power to ensure core actions like opening apps, typing, and system navigation feel completely smooth. Apple basically built a lightweight engine inside the core operating system specifically to keep its legacy 2019 hardware from chugging. By giving the iPhone users the new liquid glass slider to turn down the heavy GPU rendering, they ensured the phone stays functional without looking like a shuddering mess. But don't pop the champagne just yet, because while you get the iOS 27 badge and basic visual optimization in your settings, you're not getting the true iOS 27 experience. Apple has quietly created a strict two-tiered ecosystem. The centerpiece of iOS 27 is Siri AI, a totally rebuilt conversational chatbot assistant co-developed with Google, running on massive on-device models and private cloud compute. It has screen awareness, it understands your personal context, and it can do complex tasks across your apps. The catch: iPhone 11 won't see a single bit of it. To run Apple Intelligence and the new Siri AI, you need an A17 Pro chip or newer, with at least 8 GB of RAM. The iPhone 11 simply doesn't have the hardware muscle, so iPhone 11 users are essentially getting a security and stability package wrapped in an iOS 27 box. You get the full screen widgets, separate alarm volume controls, and the basic performance tweaks, but you completely are locked out of the AI future. So, what's the final verdict? Is this just Apple keeping a promise, or did they cross a boundary? They absolutely crossed a boundary. Smash that like button if this video brought you value, and don't forget to subscribe for more tech deep dives. See you in the next one.